Hello everyone. A very good afternoon to all of you. This is Ashwin Ramani here, research analyst at SBI Securities. I hope I'm audible and I hope you all are able to see my screen. If you all can give me a heads up in the chat box. अगर मेरी आवाज सुनाई दे रही है, स्क्रीन दिखाई दे रहा है तो आप मुझे एक बार चैट बॉक्स में कमेंट करके बता सकते हो, so that I know you all are with me live in the session. We'll just wait for a couple of minutes. I see that people are joining in. In the meantime, if I'm audible, visible, do let me know in the chat box. And then we should be good to go with the session. Sachin ji, hello. Murthy ji, good afternoon. Dinesh ji, Hardy ji, good afternoon. Srinivasan ji, hi, good afternoon to you as well. Shiv ji saying all okay. Perfect. Priyanka ji, good afternoon. Audible and visible. Perfect. So let us start with the mid-market session today. So we'll start with an update on the global markets first. So अगर हम US markets की बात करें, so Dow Jones closed around 0.48% lower. अगर S&P 500 closed around 0.17% higher, while the Nasdaq closed around 0.46% higher. So if you see, barring S&P and Nasdaq, the Dow closed in the red, whereas the other two they had a close in the green. If you look at Dow futures, so Dow futures is down 0.5%. So that indicates a slightly negative start to the US markets today. If we look at the European market, so Germany is up 0.73%. But if you look at the other European markets, London is down 0.16%. France is down 0.14%. Both are almost flat, down 15 points and 11 points respectively. Eurostox index is down around 1%. So we could see some heightened selling pressure in the Eurostox index. And if you look at the Asian markets, all the Asian markets are in red. If you look at Nikkei is down 1.7%. Hang Seng is down 0.74%. Shanghai is down 0.41%. Kospi, which was up positive, is down 2.3%. So we could see there is some profit booking in Kospi. You could see the line that is moving down. Even in Nikkei post, I think there's profit booking here. Nasdaq had a good close, but almost if you see, almost all the markets have been kind of correcting slightly since the last 2-3 trading sessions. Even our markets, if you see, Nifty is down 0.35%. If you all are aware that Nifty was trading in that 25,700, 26,100 range, it kind of broke the range yesterday. It again moved up. But today again it is below that range here. So roughly around 90 points down, 0.35% lower. And Sensex is down 0.28% as well. So there is definitely some pressure in our markets as well as the other Asian markets as well. If you look at the macro indicators, so one sign of worry is the strengthening of dollar index. So dollar index has come close to its 200-day EMA, which is at around 100 now. So if you could see for the last 4 or 5 sessions, it's been moving in a higher high formation. So any move above 100 any move above 100 basically means that the dollar is getting stronger against the basket of 6 currencies, but that could also keep our markets under pressure if dollar strengthens. If we look at dollar by rupee, so we could see rupee gaining in the early trade, but again, the dollar kind of strengthened from the lower levels. Again, it's at 88.59. These are definitely not the levels we want to see because dollar strengthening again, it keeps the FII away from our markets. If we look at Brent crude, so Brent crude has been largely consolidating in a range. So it's been so $66 a barrel is the resistance for Brent crude, whereas $63 a barrel, that level is likely to act as a strong support for crude oil. Crude oil, if you see, I think post the later half of October, it's been kind of consolidating in a range. If you look at the US government bonds 10-year yields, it's still hovering around that 4 to 4.1% mark. And for the last 3-4 sessions, it's almost been flat. So no real movement in the US government bonds 10-year yields. But again, if it moves above 4.2, 4.3, considering the fact that Fed is not very confident of cutting the interest rates in the US markets in its December policy meet. That is the reason why, post the cut, usually the yields go down. But this was a time when, despite the interest rate cut, the yields went up because the commentary was slightly not taken positively by the markets here. If you look at VIX, so VIX again, we saw VIX cooling off in the morning trade, but again, there was an intraday recovery in the volatility. So almost from 10.86, it's gone to 12.7. And I feel right now it's at its 200-day EMA. So any move above 13.5, that can also give some discomfort to the bulls. And we could see that bulls are getting, bulls are feeling, definitely there is some discomfort by the bulls here. If you see the last 3-4 sessions, we were moving in a lower low formation. And, there is definitely some kind of, hesitancy, or you could say some kind of discomfort. There are no reversal signs yet, but nevertheless, the market is kind of, moving in a consolidation phase. And this is extremely difficult phase to trade in. Because the market just moves in a range. It neither goes up nor it goes down, and it kind of frustrates the market participants. If you look at silver, so silver again, the 20 EMA has acted as a resistance, and from almost moving until 49, it has again corrected back to $47.5 an ounce. So silver is kind of gone quite post Dhanteras. And the same is the case with gold as well. So there is some, gold again post the correction. It's kind of consolidating in a range. It's consolidating in that 4,050, 3,950 range. So I think once it breaks out 3,950, 3,900, chances are that we could see some extended correction in gold as well. If you look at the FII positioning, so one more day of huge selling by the FIIs in the cash market. 29th ko they sold around 2,540 crores. 30th again they sold around 3,077 crores. I think this is not the, just a second, I will I guess I have the updated figure. Let me see. I think yesterday they sold around 1,883 crores, if I'm not wrong. Let me just open up the sheet. Okay, I think this is not the updated data. So this data is of 31st October. So yesterday they sold around 1,883 crores, and the long short ratio was somewhere around 15.7 to 15.9, if I'm not wrong. But again, FIIs again have been consistently selling since the last 4 sessions, and that is one of the reasons why we could see that the market is unable to find any momentum on the upside. Also, if you look at the net index futures contracts, again, it's at around 1,18,000. It had dropped to 92,000. But post the start of the new series, that is the November series, we could see that the FIIs have been gradually building up short positions. And, there is some definitely, I mean, not something to worry about, but again, there is a clear lack of momentum in the markets. The markets have been moving in a range. It's making, I think stock specific approach is the right approach in this markets. But if you look at index, there has hardly any been opportunities to trade in index on an intraday basis. If we look at Nifty, agar hum Nifty ka daily chart dekhe, so we can see that it's kind of we can see a double top pattern on Nifty's daily chart. So there was a double top around 26,100. So usually, so this is the double top, and this was your neckline. So neckline was in that 25,700, 25,750 zone. And yesterday it kind of broke the neckline and it kind of moved up. But again, we can see that it is trading below the neckline here. So as per the measured rule target for double top pattern, let's say if the correction extends from this level, so all we do is we connect a line from the midline, the neckline towards the high. We measure that distance and we keep it here. And ideally, if the fall continues, I think we can expect Nifty to come at least until 25, 380, 25, 400 level. So that is the measured roll target for the double top pattern. I think any close, I think despite the correction, it's still holding about above its 20-day EMA. So you can see that 20-day EMA is at 25,600. But if we go below that, I think then I think we can expect. So if we mark the zone here, I think that comes to around 25,380, 25,400. So we can see Nifty dropping until that zone here. And even if we look at the Fibonacci retracement, so if we connect Fibonacci from this low until this high, so if we see that agar measured rule target dekhe, so that is somewhere slightly below the 38.2% mark. So 38.2% is at 25,526. We are just below that. So I feel 25,400. If this breaks, if we get we already have a neckline breakdown, double top neckline breakdown. But it's still holding about 20-day EMA. So अभी भी short term trend जो है अभी भी bullish ही है, because अभी भी वो जो short term moving averages है 20 के नीचे नहीं है. But we could see some signs. RSI is kind of cooled off, ADX has kind of plateaued, and there is a bearish crossover in MACD as well. So all this points towards an exhaustion in the markets. But I think this is the level to watch out. If I think up move is unlikely unless 26,100 is taken out successfully on the upside. On the downside, if the 20-day EMA of 25,600 breaks, then we can see 25,400, roughly around 200 to 220 points is the downside, that we can expect in Nifty. If we talk about Sensex, Sensex की अगर हम बात करें, so Sensex में एक clear double top pattern नहीं है, because आप Nifty में देखोगे तो Nifty roughly 26,100 के आसपास दो highs था यहाँ पे. But अगर हम Sensex की बात करें, so Sensex made a high, the next high was kind of lower than the earlier one, but it has broken its important support of 84,000. So 84,000 was a strong support level for Sensex, and right now we are at 83,700. So we are roughly 300 points down from the support. But despite that, you can see that RSI has kind of cooled off. Even the DI lines are wide, narrowing. So if you can see that DI plus is coming down, DI minus is going higher. That itself indicates that the trend is kind of losing strength, but can't call it as a reversal yet, because for reversal we need some more strong signs. Maybe it's just that it's going down, but it's broadly, if you see, since the I think last from the 20th October onwards, its Nifty has been broadly consolidating here. So it will be very important to see if Nifty holds on to the 20-day EMA, which is the immediate support. So 20-day EMA is around 83,450, 83,500. If Sensex manages to hold on and give a reversal sign there, then chances are that we can see a pullback again. But if not, I think then we can extend even lower. I think we can see 82,800, 82,700 on the downside. That is where the 50-day EMA for Sensex is placed. Again, up move, like I said, it's unlikely unless 85,200, 85,300 is taken out. जब तक ये हाई ब्रेक नहीं होता है तब तक एक प्रेशर बना रह सकता है सेंसेक्स में भी. Talking about Bank Nifty, so Bank Nifty may be pressure hai. Again, there is no support from the since 20th of October. नीचे 57,500 और ऊपर की तरफ देखे, so if we see that is around 58,500. So roughly 1,000 points के range में ही Bank Nifty trade कर रहा है almost from the 20th of October. It had made a high of 58,577. निफ्टी और सेंसेक्स ने अब तक ऑल टाइम हाई नहीं बनाया, बट बैंक निफ्टी ऑलरेडी बना चुका था. One of the reasons for a strong movement in Bank Nifty was the fact that the PSU banks were doing well. Recently, SEBI का एक announcement भी आया था, considering the fact that now HDFC and ICICI Bank won't command those heavy weights, and that weights would be balanced across all the stocks. And so right now we have 12 stocks. Going forward, Bank Nifty will have 14 stocks, and almost every share will have a say. It's not that the weightage for particular stocks will be lopsided, because of which the smaller names that are part of the Bank Nifty index, those were the names that gained some traction. And it's not that private banks बीच में एक अच्छा एक support मिला था private banks के तौर से, but I think private banks have kind of cooled off. If you see HDFC, ICICI, Kotak, Axis, they have been kind of cooled off after a strong start. But PSU banks are, have been continuing their strong run since quite some time now. That is the one of the reasons why Bank Nifty has been relatively outperforming. But again, it's the same for Bank Nifty as well. On the downside, 57,500 is a strong support. So if we break below 57,500, then chances are that we can move towards 57,000. On the upside, for Bank Nifty to move higher, I think it needs to cross the 58,500, 58,600 mark. As long as that is not taken out, either it can consolidate in a range, or if it breaks below 57,500, it can move down further. Now, if we talk about the heat map, so let's see which sectors are in focus. So this is Nifty 500. So we'll go for Nifty 50 here. Again, if we look at the banking space, again, like I said, no support from the private banks. SBI is also negative today. Kotak Bank is down 0.66%. Axis is down 0.34%. So overall, banking space is not doing well. There is some heavy, not heavy, but relatively higher profit booking in the IT space. Your TCS is down 1%, Infy is down roughly 1%, Eternal is 2% down. सो अगेन आईटी में एक पुल बैक आया था लोअर लेवल से, बट वो जो फॉलो थ्रू बाइंग के लिए हम देख रहे थे आईटी में, वो अभी भी लैकिंग है. आयरॉनिकली आईटी के लिए नवंबर मंथ, सीजनैलिटी वाइज अगर हम देखेंगे तो नवंबर हैज रिलेटिवली बीन अ गुड मंथ फॉर आईटी. But as of now, there is no signs of any follow through buying in the IT index here. अगर हम ऑयल एंड गैस भी देखें तो ऑयल एंड गैस भी डाउन है. कोल इंडिया इज डाउन 2.4%. Reliance is flat. ONGC is down 1.26%. If you look at auto, barring Titan जो कि 2.63% ऊपर है, बाकी सारे ऑटो काउंटर्स में भी आज प्रॉफिट बुकिंग नजर आ रही है. FMCG भी डाउन है. मेटल में भी आज काफी दिनों बाद, दो ओवरऑल ट्रेंड पॉजिटिव है और काफी दिनों बाद आज उसमें भी एक एग्जॉशन साइंस डेफिनेटली नजर आ रहा है. आपका फार्मा स्टॉक्स डाउन है. सन फार्मा देखो, सिप्ला देख लो, ऑल दी स्टॉक्स आर डाउन. इफ यू लुक एट एनटीपीसी, पावर ग्रिड, इवन दी स्टॉक्स आर डाउन योर. infra में L&T is down, BL is down. So there is absolutely no support from any stocks here, be it banking, oil and gas, IT, metal, auto, whether it's FMCG, pharma. None of the sectors are kind of supporting Nifty today. But unless and until जब तक banking, IT और oil and gas में buying नहीं आता है, overall oil and gas, the other counters of oil and gas are doing well, like BPCL, Hindustan Petroleum will come to that. But if you see, barring Titan, which is up 2.6%, Bharti Airtel जो कि 2% ऊपर है, there is absolutely no support for the Nifty index in today's trade. Now, if you look at the key sectors to watch and some stocks that are showing some positive price action structure, सबसे पहले सेक्टर की बात करें वो है आपका इंफ्रा स्पेस. हम काफी टाइम से एक इंफ्रा एज अ थीम को ट्रैक करते हुए आए हैं, और इंफ्रा बाय निफ्टी का रेशियो चार्ट में जैसे ही यहाँ पे ट्रेंड लाइन ब्रेकआउट मिला था, वहां से ही इंफ्रा सेक्टर में एक आउट परफॉर्मेंस देखने को मिला था. देयर आर सम नेम्स फ्रॉम द इंफ्रा स्पेस दैट आर डूइंग वेल. द फर्स्ट वन इज इंडस टावर. अगर हम इंडस टावर की बात करें, सो इंडस टावर हैज गिवन अ ट्रेंड लाइन ब्रेकआउट. उसके बाद एक रीटेस्ट हुआ था 20 डे ईएमए लेवल तक, और वहां से एक बाउंस बैक देखने को मिला है, एंड इट इज अबव इट्स प्रीवियस हाई ऑफ 390. अगर ये सस्टेन मोमेंटम कंटिन्यू होता है, देन इंडस टावर कैन मूव टुवर्ड्स 410, followed by 415 in the short term, with around 360, 365 acting as a strong support for the counter. If you look at BPCL, so BPCL हम हाल ही में एक हफ्ते से इसको ट्रैक कर रहे हैं. सो BPCL में जैसे ऑयल एंड गैस में अदर काउंटर्स में मोमेंटम नहीं है, बट डेफिनेटली BPCL, IOC, हिंदुस्तान पेट्रोलियम हो, ये सारे काउंटर्स काफी अच्छा मोमेंटम में है. भारत पेट्रोलियम इज एट 372. So it's in a very strong trend, so it is likely to continue with around 350, 355 acting as a strong support for the stock. Apart from that, even IOC is in a very strong trend. Usually ये जो counters है IOC, BPCL, हिंदुस्तान पेट्रोलियम, एकदम strong counters नहीं है, relatively slow moving counters है, but हाल ही में ये सारे तीनों counters में काफी strong momentum नजर आ रहे हैं यहाँ पे. IOC ने ये 155, 157 का रेजिस्टेंस ब्रेक किया था, एंड देन ऑन इट हैज गिवन सम स्टेडी फॉलो थ्रू मूव. So 169 is where it is. So as long as it trades above 155, 158, chances are that even IOC can continue its uptrend. And one other stock from the infra space, again, it's Hindustan Petroleum. So जैसे हमने BPCL देखा वैसे same momentum Hindustan Petroleum में भी नजर आ रही है. So if you look at Hindustan Petroleum, the support is placed around the 465 mark. So as long as the stock is able to hold on to 465, chances are that the price can continue to move up higher. Apart from that, one another sector that is relatively outperforming Nifty is your realty space. अगर हम realty space की बात करें, so Phoenix Limited is one stock that looks good. So post the trend line breakout, it kind of retested, and post retesting its cluster of moving averages वहां से फिर से अब ऊपर की तरफ बढ़ने लगा है फिनिक्स मिल्स. फिर हमने देखा कि ऑलमोस्ट सेकेंड हाफ ऑफ अक्टूबर से कंसोलिडेशन फेस में था, और हाल ही में 2 दिन से अर्निंग्स के बाद एक मोमेंटम आते हुए नजर आ रही है फिनिक्स मिल्स में. तो इसका एक सपोर्ट जोन की हम बात करें तो अराउंड 1650 1660 is a strong support zone for Phoenix Mills, and any sustained move above the current levels can take the index higher towards 1800, followed by 1820 in the short term. Apart from that, there is some traction in the financial services space. अगर अब मैं financial services space की बात करूं तो रेशियो चार्ट में भले एक पुल बैक हमें मिला था फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज स्पेस में, बट ICICI GI इज वन स्टॉक दैट यू कैन कीप इन योर रेडार. तो ICICI GI अगर आप देखोगे 15 अक्टूबर को एक स्ट्रॉन्ग ब्रेकआउट आया था, और उसके बाद ही ऑलमोस्ट एक छोटे रेंज में चला गया था. इट वाज मूविंग इन दैट 1970 ऑन द डाउन साइड and 2035 on the upside. So it was moving in a very tight range. And today it seems that the price is kind of breaking out of that range here. And overall trend भी positive है. So around 1830 के आसपास एक strong support लेके price ऊपर गया. So if the price is able to maybe यहाँ से अगर एक follow through buying मिलती है breakout के बाद, then chances are that even ICICI GI can do well with around 1985 1990. Acting as a strong support for the stock. Apart from that, City Union Bank की बात करें, so City Union Bank almost it was moving in a higher high, higher low formation. It was moving above all its key moving averages. RSI भी 60 के ऊपर है, ADX भी काफी ऑलमोस्ट हाई लेवल्स पर है, जो इंडिकेट करता है कि जो करंट ट्रेंड है it's very strong, and even the MACD slope is upwards. So I think chances are that though the ADX is at the elevated levels, but overall price structure देखे तो काफी positive है, and chances are that even City Union Bank can move up higher with around 240 238 acting as a strong support for the stock. So any move above 238 240, that is the support area, but any move above 255 258 can lead to the price moving up higher again. And the last stock that I want to discuss today is Apollo Tyres. So अगर हम Apollo Tyres की बात करें, so even Apollo Tyres have been steadily moving up in a higher high, higher low formation. So here it took support from its 100-day and 200-day EMA here, and वहां से ही एक steady up move देखने को मिला. RSI भी बीच में almost flat हो गया था, and again it has started rising. ADX is also in a rising mode. And if we see that the MACD slope is pointing upwards, so all in all, the trend is positive. The momentum indicators and oscillators are aligned. And if we get a strong close above, let's say this high of 525 530, अगर 530 के ऊपर एक strong closing मिलता है, then chances are that even Apollo Tyres can do well in the coming sessions. With around 495 496 acting as a strong support for the counter here. So that was all about today's bid market session. I hope it was informative, and let us start off with our question and answer session. So अगर आप कुछ queries हो, कुछ doubts हो, आप मुझे एक बार chat box में आप पूछ सकते हो, and I'll try to answer as much as I can. Sachin ji, sir, your IVP video session helped me a lot. Good to know that, Sachin ji. By the way, one important announcement, guys. So I'm on a little break from tomorrow. Tomorrow, anyway, we don't have the markets open. Tomorrow, on account of Guru Nanak Jayanti, the markets are closed. But I am having a small little break, so I'll be unavailable for the any webinars or mid-market sessions until the 13th of November. So I'll be directly meeting you all on the 14th of November now. That is next Friday. But the mid-market sessions will continue. My colleague Gautam will be doing the mid-market sessions, and there'll also be the other webinars that will keep happening during this period. So for the next 6 trading sessions, my friend Gautam will be taking the webinars, and I'll be directly meeting you all on the 14th of November, that is on the Children's Day. So that is what I wanted to communicate here. Okay. So let us take the questions. Manorji is asking for IDFC first. So if we look at IDFC first, again, it's in a nice uptrend. So I think you can continue to hold with a support of around 77.8. 77 के SL से आप hold कर सकते हो. If you look at Geofin, it's better to avoid. I think wait until we get a breakout about 315, 320. I think इसके ऊपर breakout मिलता है. Then chances are that the price can move higher. If you look at SCI again, I think post the sharp breakout, there is some profit booking in this counter here. So I think it's very important for SCI to hold 240. So if you are already holding, then around 240 का SL रख के आप hold कर सकते हो. But any move above 279, 280 can lead to price moving up higher. Your view on ICICI Bank, private banks, again, see, it's good, but Filal, there is lack of momentum in the private banking space, but ICICI, the trend is definitely down, Sudhakarji. So if you see that the price is trading below all the key moving averages, it's also below its 200-day EMA, RSI भी 40 के नीचे है. I feel there is one gap here. I feel ICICI Bank can come down towards 1320, 1310. I think there is the small gap that is there on the 11th and the 15th of April. This is the gap that it can fill, and maybe we could see some reversal signs from there. So 1320 on the downside, I think that is the level that needs to be tracked in ICICI Bank. Right now, I think it's better to wait. Let's wait for some reversal signs in private banks. And then maybe, maybe we can reconsider again later. Manorji is asking for RBZ Jewel. Yeah, so RBZ Jewel is good. Almost काफी टाइम का एक sideways movement के बाद volumes के साथ एक अच्छा breakout दिया है. Still, I would feel it's too early to call it as a reversal because काफी टाइम के underperformance के बाद the price is looking to move higher. But nevertheless, if it's able to sustain above 153, 155, chances are that it can move higher. But maybe you can consider having 140 as your SL. Which is that other part, Ugro Cap. Ugro Cap, if you see, I think it's better to avoid Ugro Cap. Right now, it's consolidating in a range. So I feel any move above 192, 194 can lead to price moving up higher. But I think avoid for now. I think on the downside, the support is placed at 175. So 175 के नीचे और नीचे आ सकता है towards 160, 162. If we look at PP Policy Bazaar, right? So if you look at, Policy Bazaar is good. So post the downward sloping trend line breakout, the price has kind of moved up higher with around 1750 acting as a strong support for the stock. And I think any move above 1850, 1860, I think we can see Policy Bazaar moving towards 1960, 1970 levels. But I think if it the support is around 1700, so if it breaks below 1700, then it can move down. But I feel the structure is improving, though it's not very strong, but definitely the structure is good. And I think it can move towards 1970, 1980 on the higher side. Uh, TVS Motors. TVS Motors is good. It's kind of it was moving in a channel for a lot of time here. I think it's very important that it holds as 3,440, 3,450 zone of 50-day EMA here. I think any move above maybe around 3,560, 3,570. So if you look at the last four sessions, it's been consolidating in a range. So you need a good, strong, bullish candle. And once we get a strong breakout above 3,560, 3,570, then chances are that the price can move up higher towards 3,700 levels. So yeah, you can hold on, but I think if it drops below 50 EMA, then it's better to exit and maybe wait for a re-entry again. Pratap ji, hi, I have SBI Securities account. Please comment on SEPC. Good to add. Okay, let me look at SEPC. SEPC, I think better to avoid Pratap ji, because ये देखो एक तो penny stock है and trend भी काफी down है, 11 rupees है, so I wouldn't advise adding into this stock at the current levels. I think it's better to avoid this stock, Pratap ji. 11 rupees, trend is down, no reversal signs, so it's better to avoid at this point. If we look at K Fintech, so K Fintech again, wait till we get a break about 1200. Because it was in a nice trend, it looked like K Fintech can move higher, but unfortunately it was not able to sustain at the higher levels, and वहां से एक profit booking दिख गया था. So I think it's better to avoid K Fintech at the current point. But if you're holding, then maybe around 1030 is where you can keep your SL and you can hold on to. If we look at Tata Motors passenger vehicle, so it's so around you can consider 380 as a support, but avoid fresh buy unless and until 430, 435 is not taken out. It's better to avoid because the overall trend is down. Shriram Finance, I don't know what is the upside target, Manohar ji. I think वो तो मुझे नहीं लगता कोई बता सकता है. But I think it's ideally you can trail your SL and you can hold on to your position. So I think you can trail your SL to 760, 770. एंड जैसे जैसे प्राइस ऊपर जाता है हर दिन का लो में आप ट्रेल करके जा सकते हो. अगर मान लो अभी अच्छा क्लोजिंग मिला, देन यू कैन प्रोबेबली नेक्स्ट डे और ऊपर गया तो देन यू कैन ट्रेल इट टू 785. सो यू ग्रेजुअली कीप ट्रेलिंग and ride the trend rather than having a fresh target. Manoj ji is asking for Suzlon. So Suzlon again, though there is some pullback from the lows, wait until 62 is taken out on the upside. अगर हम 62 के ऊपर जाता है, then chances are that it can move towards 67, 68. If we look at Vimta Labs, see Vimta Labs again, it's in a falling mode. If you see एक downward sloping trend line breakout अब तक दिया नहीं है, वो resistance को रेस्पेक्ट करते हुए वो नीचे आ रहा है. सो ओवरऑल थोड़ा सा एक करेक्शन फेज में मे बी अबाउ 735, 740 के ऊपर एक स्ट्रॉन्ग ब्रेकआउट मिलता है प्रताप जी, then chances are that Vimta Labs can move higher. Until then, maybe you can have a stop loss around 645, 650. Yeah, so Nifty's today I think काफी subdued है आज का मूवमेंट. अगर हम देखेंगे relatively it looks like a flat expiry, Ganesh ji. So I don't see any reversal signs until now, unless and until Nifty moves above 25,690, 25,700. But अगर ये days low break करता है below 25,650, I think then chances are that the price can move down lower. But any move about 25,690, 25,700, I think that can lead to maybe some recovery towards the second half. But overall, I feel आज भी एक there is going to be another day of consolidation in the markets for Nifty. Shivji is asking for BEL. See, BL again, the trend is strong. एक अच्छा कैंडल बना था लास्ट फ्राइडे को, बट एक फॉलो थ्रू बाइंग हमें मिला नहीं. But maybe if it goes above 430, 435, then chances are that BL can move up even higher. So that is the resistance level for Bharat Electronics. On the downside, the support is around 405. So if you're already holding, then maybe you can consider 405 as a support for the stock. So 405 is a support that you can consider for BL. So I'll take Oil India. So if I look at Oil India again, Oil India is good. So if you are, but wait till we get a break above 440, 445. But if you're already holding, then maybe you can consider 420, 425 as a SLE. Or MRPL is good, but it's already moved up a lot, Harishji. So maybe you can go for a took profits at. I think if you've already taken profits, then it's better to wait, Harishji, because it's already up today. If you see, it's up around 6%. So we'll wait for some correction. थोड़ा सा एक प्रॉफिट बुकिंग के बाद अगर फिर से एक रिवर्सल साइंस आता है, आई थिंक दैट इज द मूव दैट यू कैन लुक इनटू. But right now it's avoid because chances are that considering that even the RSI is at the peak, ADX is also peaking out and MACD slope is also higher, chances are that we can see some profit booking here. Clear, guys. So I guess that's all from today's mid-market session. I hope it was informative. And like I said, I'm on a little break from tomorrow, and I'll be now directly meeting you all next Friday. That is on the 14th of November. But until then, my colleague Gautam will be doing the webinars. So until then, guys, take care, stay safe, and do attend the mid-market sessions. And I'll see you all soon on the 14th of November, guys. Bye, guys. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you all.